Hello everyone, I'm Rose. If you don't know who I am the half of Nathan and Rose that has boobs. So, you know, that's great, I guess. I'm finally making a video for Nerdfighters Info. I've wanted to for a really long time, and I've had Dave and Nathan both pestering me to get on it, and so here I am. Before I get started on today's video topic, I wanted to do something which I feel like is kind of a tradition here on the Nerdfighters Info channel, and that's giving you my impression of Dave. Warning you, I'm not really that great at accents, I'm not really good at impressions, but I've seen a lot of people do it, so I feel like I just kind of have to. So, here it goes.
This is how professional I am. My tripod is a stack of sweet tubs and some Final Fantasy VIII playing cards.
Never mind guys, sorry. Like I told you, I'm not really that good at impressions at all. So today's topic was about a moment in your life that was hard for you, that made you stronger, and I decided to not really go with a specific moment, but maybe more like a series of moments that kind of changed me from how I was as a younger person into my older self, and then how I kind of dealt with that. When I was really young, I was like so incredibly outgoing. Like, I was the friendliest girl ever. I was friends with like any kid my age, anyone, any adult. Like, I would just talk to anyone. Like, my parents had this joke where like the mailman would come to the door and I would tell him like our address and like what I had for breakfast. I was just like, I loved talking to people, and I just was so unabashed by anything. And so since I was a people pleaser growing up, especially towards adults, I was kind of seen as like a goody two-shoes in school and like kind of a nerd. I cared about school and I cared about homework and what teachers thought of me, and that was maybe seen by some of the other, you know, kind of immature children as just being not cool or just whatever. I don't know. Basically, my personality kind of got diminished in a way. My outgoingness was traded for being shy, being timid, kind of letting them not necessarily push me around. No one was directly mean to me, but I was kind of ignored a lot. Girls would cut in front of me in line to be with their friends and just kind of ignore me, and it really, I don't know, I think I was so sensitive that it just kind of hurt my spirit in a way. This sounds really depressing. Like, it's not really that sad, but what I really wanted to get to is that, and not necessarily because of that, but kind of through that and through growing up, I've kind of developed a social anxiety. You guys know, do you remember when it was like one of the first times John and Hank had a real huge Nerdfighters meetup, and John's talking in this video, he's like, wow, I should be downstairs hugging so many people, but instead I'm up here in my hotel room hiding because of my social anxiety. And like, I feel like I can really understand that. I don't know, it's just, I know that they're just people, and that they're just, you know, I'm a person and they all have their own insecurities just like I do, but just for some reason it's just hard. I feel like I have to make so much of an effort to talk to a stranger than if I were just comfortable at home, you know, with Nathan or one of my really good friends. I'm experiencing it a little bit, like my hands are just a little shaky, my stomach feels a little queasy because I'm like nervous to me making a video for you guys, all you guys at Nerdfighters Info. Like I know you guys, some of you at least know who I am. You know, I've chatted with some of you and you guys know who I am through Nathan, but like, I feel like I'm like on stage or something, which is really funny because I've been doing YouTube for like the length of a human gestation, and I should be used to this, right? I should be used to being on camera, talking to myself in a room, pretending that I'm talking to a bunch of people, but for some reason I've just got like the first take jitters. I don't know. What I wanted to say that made me stronger is YouTube. I feel like we've all, like I mentioned with John, a lot of YouTubers kind of have social problems. They're either like really weird or like super huge personalities, or they're kind of shy people. They're people who have trouble making connections with people maybe in the real world, but instead can really show themselves on camera when they're, you know, safe in their own house all by themselves. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like YouTube is a really good place for us weirdos, for those of us who have kind of social problems or have not even problems. You're just maybe not the loudest person in the room or the most outgoing. But yeah, YouTube. YouTube has forced me to kind of face this issue, this super social anxiety issue where I don't want to talk to strangers. It's kind of forced me to get over myself. For example, Nathan and I went to Comic-Con recently in Kansas City, Planet Comic-Con. So awesome. We're walking around seeing all these people with really cool costumes and we want to get video of them for our channel. And so I'm telling Nathan, like, okay, you know what? I can go up to these strangers, I can go up to these people and I'll say, hey, can we take your video? And it's like, me 9 or 10 months ago, would I have done that? It would have been a lot harder. So just, yeah, YouTube and also filming in public too. That is something I'm still having a lot of trouble with. It's still really hard for me to get over because I'm just like, people could see me with a camera, they probably think I'm some kind of creep just filming them. And so it's not only the aspect of me going out in public and filming and having to talk to strangers, but also the idea that I'm putting myself out and kind of, talking about myself or talking about my ideas or my opinions and just kind of putting that out for anyone to see. I try not to think about the fact that maybe some of those kids who weren't so nice to me in grade school could be watching these videos, but, that doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. I'm just like, YouTube and the internet, it kind of provides this nice barrier where you can just, if you are nervous about a bunch of people seeing your video or like watching you or thinking that you're weird, you can just kind of block it out. Of course, that's probably not good to block it out, but it's definitely a crutch in case you're still trying to get over it. So basically, I guess all I was really wanting to say is just that YouTube is what has helped to make me stronger. Being someone who doesn't want to go out of their way to talk to strangers, who would rather do something on the internet than talk to a customer service person on the phone, it's nice to have YouTube to just make me kind of break out of my shell a little bit and make me appreciate the fact that I am surrounded by so many other brains and personalities in the world that I could potentially be friends with, or at least just have a pleasant interaction with, I think that's pretty cool, and I hope I haven't been rambling too much for you guys for my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. So I hope being on YouTube has helped you guys in some way or another, whether it's breaking out of your shell or getting over stage fright or being able to speak better. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, DFTBA, and Sam will see you tomorrow.